Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, for those of you who don't know. And for today's video, we're going to be doing a full face of e.l.f. makeup. So I have done full faces in the past, and I did Maybelline and I did Wet n Wild. So if you guys do like face full of first impressions, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe before you go if you do like what you see, and let me know what other one brand like face tutorials you guys want to see, because I definitely want to do more of them. I love doing like one brand tutorials. I think I'm addicted right now, but I hope that you guys do enjoy, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to go ahead and do is prime the face, and we're going to use a primer water first. So we're going in with the Hydrating Primer Mist. This is alcohol and silicone free. I've actually never used this before, so I'm very intrigued. Let's see the mist. Oh, it kind of looks a little intense, but let's try it out. Yes, that is very, very intense. It's like a very aggressive mist. I don't really think I like the smell of this. It really did leave my face feeling hydrated. But let's go ahead and prime up the eyes before we jump back into the skin. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Putty Eye Primer. I actually didn't even know they came out with this. I'm very intrigued to see how this is going to work for my super oily lids. This is how it looks. It looks like a concealer, but I think I'm just gonna go in with my fingers. It does have like a little bit of a tint. I don't know if they're trying to be like MAC paint pot with this. I am extremely oily, so I'm going to wear this throughout the day, and I'm gonna let you know if this keeps my oily lids like at bay. It definitely feels like very, very tacky, but also it feels like I really didn't even take anything. I'm gonna go ahead and we are going to use two things. So first we're gonna use the Luminizing Putty Primer. I've actually never used this one. I have only used the matte one, which I absolutely adore, and then also the pore one, which is like the best. And then we are also, because I am a little bit on, well, not a little bit, I am very, very oily, so I have the e.l.f. Matte Oil Control Primer. I have actually never used this before. They did come out with like a whole matte collection. I have a few things in here that we're going to use, and I think I used one of the products already in one of my videos, but let's go ahead and just put this wherever I get like super oily, so kind of all over my face. This smells like skincare kind of, but let's put this on. So it is clear. It feels very like silicone-y, very slippery. Now we're gonna go ahead and double prime. Next up, we're gonna go in with the Luminous Putty Primer. So it looks exactly like the other primers in terms of the packaging. This is what it looks like. So it does have like a yellowish tint. Has that same, ooh, like balm-like consistency. Just stuck my nail in there. So we are going to put this wherever I'm like not super oily. So it's kind of just like on my cheek-ish area, a little here. I'm kind of just avoiding the center of my face. Okay, so you can see there is like a little bit of a sheen, but I don't know if that is from the slickness of the matte primer or what, but sometimes even though I am oily, I kind of do like mixing more matte primers and luminous primers. It just really helps to control my oils, but then it also just gives me like a nice like healthy finish, which I like. Let's go ahead and jump into the brows. So for brows, we're going in with the Insta Lift Brow Pencil, and I have mine in the shade Neutral Brown. Now we do have a spoolie on one end, and then we have the brow product on the other. So it does have a pointy tip, which I like, and all we're gonna do is just outline the brows. But first we're gonna spoolie through, and we're just going to outline. Ooh, this might be a little too dark, but we're going to make it work. I think because my roots are coming in, it's not too bad. Actually very creamy, but not too creamy that the brow pencil just like turns into like a complete mush. And it's very pigmented as well. Adding a little bit to the front. That is pigmented. Wow. All right, now I'm going to spoolie through. Truthfully, I feel like if you're somebody who has like already filled brows, or even brows like myself, I feel like I really don't have to go in with a pomade because this did a really good job at filling in my brows and just giving me like a nice natural brows, which I like on some occasions. Not today, but I feel like it did a pretty good job. I actually really like that. But we are going to go ahead and fill in the brows, of course, and we are going to be using the e.l.f. pomade. I've used this plenty of times on my channel. This is so pigmented, so good. I have mine in the shade medium brown, and all you need is just a tiny bit of this because this gets so pigmented and it doesn't dry out very quick either, which I like. Very creamy. If you don't set your brows, it's not going to rub off or anything like that, so I feel like it's just the right amount of creaminess. Now, e.l.f. doesn't have a concealer that's in a pot, at least not that I know of. So we're just going to go ahead and use their camo concealer. So I'm actually going to go use their regular camo concealer. This is the 16-hour wear. I have mine in the shade medium sand, and I'm just taking a little bit off of the doe foot applicator to clean up my brows. If you don't have any like pot concealers, definitely just use this. You don't really need a pot concealer, or you can use a stick foundation. Next up, we're going to be using the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. Oh my gosh, this is so good if you want to blend out your brows or even do your concealer. Or I'm not even gonna lie, I have used this in a pinch for eyeshadow as like an eyeshadow brush, and it has worked. This is literally a brush that does everything, and you need this. I've used this for a really long time and it doesn't shed. Really good quality. I have backups on backups on backups of this because it's so good. All right, so next up, let's do some eyes. So I have a bunch of the eyeshadow bite-sized palettes. I am so excited. So I think I really want to play around with the hot jalapeno one because it matches my shirt like perfectly. I think I'm going to dabble into pumpkin pie, which is this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is take the pumpkin pie one and go in with this shade right over here. I also do have a few of e.l.f.'s eyeshadow brushes. I have used them in the past. I love them. They're really, really good quality and they're really affordable. I'm looking for my J Kissa one. All right, so I'm going in with the J Kissa. This is the J3, and I'm gonna go in with this first shade here. I'm just going in very, very lightly, and I'm going to throw this in the crease, and I'm just going in back and forth motions, going in very, very light because I'm using this as my transition shade, and it's not sticking to the eyeshadow primer that we use, at least not yet. My eyes definitely feel like dry. They don't feel tacky anymore, which I like, because sometimes when an eyeshadow primer feels tacky, on me at least, I get really like splotchy. I don't know if it's just me, but I'm going to take this green shade right here from the Hot Jalapeno palette, going in with the J2 brush. And first I'm just going to stamp that on the outer eye just to see like how pigmented this is. Okay, I definitely went too far in the crease, as you guys could see, so I'm just going to going back and forth motion. Right now we're kind of just getting the shade down. Now I'm definitely packing it on. So I know that it looks crazy. We're gonna blend, I promise guys. We're just packing this color on. Okay, so I have this color down. I'm going back into the first palette that we used, the pumpkin spice, and I'm going back into the first shade using the same exact brush. I'm just gonna blend out the edges just a little bit. I'm gonna go into this shade right over here, and I'm going to apply that only on the outer edge just to deepen up the outer edge a little bit. So next up, I'm going to use the concealer. I'm just going to use the 16-hour. This is just their regular concealer. I'm literally just taking a tiny bit of it, putting it right there, looking up, and then blending this out. Okay, and then I think I want to go in with this really, really pretty yellow shade. I think this is like what's calling my name. Look at how stunning. Oh my gosh, guys, that is beautiful. I'm just going to tap that wherever I put down the concealer. This also makes it pop just a little bit more. Now I'm going to take a flat brush. This one is just a Morphe one. And now I'm just blending out the edges. Now I'm going to go back into the green shade, blend out the edges. Now today we're going to be popping on some lashes, Drama Queen lashes, which look so stunning. Oh my gosh, this look is like very drama-y, so I kind of want to go in with the Drama Queen lashes. All right, so this is what it looks like. It does come with little tweezers, which I think is really, really nice. I do have to trim these. They are a little big. Before I do that, I have some mascara. I totally forgot. So I have, this is the smudge proof mascara. This is just the black version. This has the upper lash wand, and then this also has the lower lash wand. Put this on, see if I like it. I'm actually like pretty good at judging whether I like a mascara or not right off the bat. Okay, so right off the bat, I feel like my lashes look a little bit longer, but it doesn't really make them look full. It doesn't really make them look like I have more lashes. It's not really giving a curl. Not really a fan. I feel like I have other mascaras that do a little bit better, so don't really like that mascara. I'm just gonna go in with the Velour Lash and Go and then pop these on. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so I am back and the lashes are on. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting because for some reason the insides just would not stick. Oh my gosh, I was having trouble, but usually I really do like this. Anywho, let's jump on to the skin. These lashes are, I want to say, very, very dramatic. So they really do fit that like drama queen style. They're very dramatic, very full, very fluffy. The ends are definitely more tapered. I did have to cut mine as I mentioned before. Let us go ahead and do our skin. So I have the Flawless Finish Foundation. I have mine in the shade Sand. And this is definitely too dark for me. I don't self-tan anymore. I'm not even gonna front, and that is just because I'm home all the time. So part of me is like, why are you gonna self-tan if you're home? So I'm going to do 2 pumps of that right over here without blinding you guys. It definitely looks a lot lighter on camera, but it needs to be a little bit more light. So I'm just going to take the LA Girl whitener, and this does not alter the foundation or anything like that. It just changes the color. Yeah, definitely. All right, so I have my sponge right here. e.l.f. also makes really good sponges if you guys are interested in them. This actually might be a little too light now. I love this foundation. It gives me like a natural matte finish. I love this foundation. I have used this before. It just gives me such a nice natural matte finish. I'd say it's like a medium high-ish coverage. Blends out very, very nicely. It just really provides like such a pretty filter to your face. It's very, very nice. Now for concealer, you can definitely go in with the matte concealer, but I find that's a little bit too matte on my under eyes, so I'm actually going to be going in with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This has a satin finish. You guys can see I have used and abused this. I actually really, really like this. I have mine in the shade Light Sand. I might have to mix if this is too light for me. It does have a peachy undertone, which I don't mind for myself, and that's just because I have my deep dark under eye circles. Got no sleep last night, so I don't really mind that. But just to cancel it out just a tiny bit, I'm going in with the medium sand of the regular one. Truthfully, I kind of like mixing the two. I feel like it gives a really, really pretty finish. I'm just going to blend. The regular one is definitely too drying on my under eyes, which is crazy because I'm a naturally oily person. I really like the shade of the hydrating one, and that is just because it cancels out my deep dark under eye circles. For powder, I HG powder, and that's just a sheer powder. So there is a shifter, which I like, and I'm going to take my sponge, take out any creases that I have going on. Do my under eye and then just powder up the rest of my face. This is super finely milled. I feel like that just kind of gave my skin like a blurred effect. That really just gave me such a beautiful filter. Like, what? I am kind of obsessed. Looks really good. It seems like there is no like a flashback or anything. Don't mind the photo, but I feel like it looks really, really good. I don't know if my camera was recording that, but basically all I did was take this shade and put that on my lower lash line. And next up, let's do some bronzer and blush. So for that, we're going in with the Contour Blush and Bronzer palette. This is in the shade Fiji. Oh, and it comes with like a little mirror. That's very handy. So for bronzer brush, I'm gonna go in with a brush that I got from, this was the Retro Paradise collection, but they actually have this brush by itself. Like, this is just special coloring. So this is the Airbrush Blender brush. I have used this before. I have the regular one of it and I love it. So I'm very happy I have an extra, but we're just gonna go ahead and take this and bronze up the skin. Ooh, that's a very nice bronzer shade. It's a little on the cool tone, but it has like a hint of like warmth to it. I feel like my face looks so chiseled right now. I really like that bronzer. Next, we're gonna take the blush. This is definitely more pigmented than I thought it was gonna be too. Then for highlight, which I absolutely adore this highlighter. This is definitely one of my favorites. It actually was in my favorite category. This is the e.l.f. times Nabela Noir highlighter. I believe this is still available. When I made that video, it was still available, so I'm very excited. You only need a tiny bit of this, guys, and that's just with a tiny bit, like just going like that. It is such an intense highlighter, and like I don't even have anything in it. I'm literally just like taking the dustings of it. Such an intense highlighter, so beautiful. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this, pop it. Ooh, that was a lot. Pop that on my brow bone. Blend that one out because that was a lot. And then take that, pop it in the inner corner. Let's go ahead and put on the setting spray. So for setting spray, we have the Matte Magic Mist and Set. And this is what it looks like. I actually had one similar to this and it was actually pink. I used that in another video. I don't remember which video, but I did use it in another video. This looks exactly the same, it's just a darker packaging. Oh, I like the smell of that one actually better, but let's spray the face. That is very intense. And you guys see like the water droplets on my head? That is very, very intense, but it feels really nice. It doesn't like dry out my skin or anything like that, which I like. But let's go ahead and apply some liner. So I have the Retro Paradise lip liners. I just have the two nude shades. I'm gonna take the darker one and outline my lips. I actually really like this. It's very creamy. Does not tug on the lips, which I really like. Taking the lighter nude one, filling my lips a little bit. I have a lipstick. I hope that this matches. This is the Seriously Satin lipstick in the shade Nectar. This is what it looks like. $3, guys. This I think is gonna be too like orangey, like fallish, but let's see. I'm just like dabbing a tiny bit because I think this is too orangey. This is a really, really pretty fall color. But when paired like that, it actually looks really pretty. And then lastly, let's just go ahead and put on the lower lash mascara. Okay, so I like this. I like this for my lower lashes. Didn't really like it for my upper lashes, and that's just because I really didn't see it give much volume or anything like that. So not really a fan of this so much. I mean, if you are looking for one specifically for the lower lashes, I guess, but Wet n Wild has a really good one, Maybelline has a really good one, so I would rather just purchase that. I really love everything. I feel like this is very fun, something definitely out of my comfort zone, but I'm really, really loving like the colors, especially that it matches my shirt. I'm very, very in love. I feel like there was not one product in here that I was like, oh my god, I don't like. I forgot to set my brows, guys. How are you gonna let me walk like that? I have the Wow Brow in the shade Top. The wand. Ooh, I like the wand already. It's nice and small. And I'm just going to set the brows. Ooh, I like this color. Ooh, I like that a lot. Okay. can't believe I almost forgot that. Oh my goodness, y'all. I feel like there really weren't that many products in here that like I didn't really like. I feel like the only one that I didn't like was the mascara, again, just because the upper lash, I feel like it didn't really give me much volume. It did make them a little bit longer. I feel like this mascara would be really good for just layering with other mascaras. I could definitely try that. I'm going to continue to use it for the lower lash mascara or for more natural lash days. Everything else I really like. I feel like the luminous primer did give my skin like a little bit of a healthy like glow, like right over here minus the highlight. I feel like my skin just looks very healthy. I really like how everything applied on top of each other. My pores literally look like flawless, guys. Like, oh my gosh, who is she? Where are her pores? Because I do not see them. This whole like combination, I feel like my base looks so good. I actually really love this lip combination. I feel like this is a really good lip combination for the fall, especially if I were to use a whole like pressure on this instead of just going like light. It is just such a pretty, nice burnt orange shade that, oh my gosh, I'm very excited to wear for fall. So I really loved everything. I feel like e.l.f. is definitely a brand that has something for everybody. The bite-sized shadows, do not sleep on them. Get them. I love them. They are so good. So I hope that maybe when September rolls around and I want to do a nice like fall makeup look, I mean, when you guys watch this, it's gonna be September, but in my time when it's September, maybe I will bring out these shadows again and do a really pretty fall look. I feel like that would be amazing. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what your favorite e.l.f. product is down below. If I didn't try it out today, I definitely want to try out more e.l.f. products. And then also, please don't forget to subscribe before you go if you do like what you see, so you can be part of the ATFB fam. ATFB, all things fashion and beauty. And if you hit that post notification bell, you will get notified of all my future uploads. I usually do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I hope that you guys are well, and I will see you guys in a few days in my next video. Bye!